Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, sunshines. We are live. Of course, there's one person here because if I don't watch me, there is no hope. So I waited to turn my camera on until I could make sure that everything was good on my phone. So welcome, 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 whether you tune in a little bit or if you are watching this on repeat. Welcome to Saturday, October what's today, girl? The 23rd. It's the 23rd. I've been up since like 2 and then 3 and then 4. And what kept me up at 4 was Sinful the P. I had no idea he was going to go live. And when I saw it, I was like, girl, wake up, get out the bed. So shout out to Sinful the P. All right, you guys, I am going to go ahead and get started. I want to share a couple of new things. Oh, first of all, my drink for today, of course, we still have the Halloween, the little goblet wineage glass, but this is water, H2O, because, it's about to go down in the 50s. The 50s. Your girl is rocking into the 50s. So we drinking water today, just some good water. It's good for your soul. It's good for your body. I've had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 glasses so far today. I just completed my workout for the day and my edges need to be laid, but they not, and I ain't gonna worry about it. I have another set of eyes on the screen. I can tell it says 2, so that's one more than me. Hello, whoever you are, and thank you for tuning in. All right, you guys, look, I played around in StreamYard yesterday, and I learned a couple of things that I didn't know. So I would like to first share one of my favorite things. First of all, you see the banner on the screen. I learned how to do that. So I already had set up 2 banners, and then I learned how to do this. Watch this. Watch. Y'all, I have watched my intro. I got a comment. Let me look at the comments. Hey, Sunday. I see you, girl. I see you. Hey, Sunday. Okay, so listen, I watched that intro a million times yesterday. It's the most, I know it's going to grow and get better, but listen, it was the most beautiful thing I think I've ever saw. I don't know why I'm so excited about it, but I love the intro. Good Saturday morning, Sunday. How are you, sunshine? Welcome to the Drinks and Journal for the day. Listen. Sunday enjoys when I say listen. Listen. All right, you guys, let's get into this drinking journal. A lot of my drinking journals recently have just been about things that I've learned on this road to 50. So I am taking just some of the knowledge that I have. I am definitely not an expert, but I have moved. I know, right? Look, Sunday, every time you put a comment, I'm going to put it up on the screen. Very fancy. But I have moved around the earth, the universe, and I've learned a couple things. Trial and error. I've made mistakes. I've grown a lot. I've failed a lot. So I would just like to, as I'm going up and coming down that other side of the mountain, share that knowledge. Like I'm a teacher, I'm an educator. It is really important to share knowledge. So that's what I want to do in my YouTube space. I will do fun things too, like when me and my girlfriends get together and chit chat or other things like that. But so far I had a good time at my drinking journal last week, and hopefully this one will be just as educating. So without further ado, I feel like, okay, Sunday, I need you to, should I play the intro one more time before I get started? Yes or no? Just tell yes or no. What you think, Sunday? One more time. Should I play that intro? Just one more time. I love the intro. I'm going to play it as an outro. I need to get an outro together too, but I absolutely, listen, I love my intro. Sunday, I need you to tell me, should I play the intro one more time? So look, I can see your comment on my YouTube. It comes up when I look over here, I'm looking at my YouTube. It comes up faster on YouTube than it does over here in StreamYard. So yes. All right, everybody. Sunday said y'all need to see my intro one more time. And we're back. All right, let me share my screen and let's get started, you guys. Thank you for entertaining me and thank you for saying yes, Sunday. You knew I wanted you to say yes. Listen. Listen, Linda. All right, let me grab my screen share. You know I had to download my Google Slide as a PDF because we try as much as we can to not struggle strain. Why is it blinking? Okay, why is that happening, y'all? What's going on? Okay, let me stop. I don't know what's wrong. Stop. That was weird. Okay. Why is it doing that? That was weird. Let's try it one more time. Share screen. Yes, you do, Sunday. You know me. You know me. There we go. That looks a little bit better. That's a little bit better. All right, you guys. So I have two tabs open on the screen that I'm sharing. If you see me look to the left, that is because that is my additional monitor that I'm looking at. Or I'm looking at the screen, which has the same thing, but it's a little bigger over here because I don't have my glasses on today. You know, a girl needs bifocalers. So today's drinking journal is about credit, bankruptcy, and the bounce back. I am definitely not a credit expert. However, I have done a few credit moves. I've been recently doing a few credit moves, and I just want to share. And I am trying to keep my children's credit A1. So I'm trying to get them to listen to me about what to do and what not to do. My daughter has moved on to college. I set her up with a really good credit score, and our goal is to keep her there. My son, I'm a little worried about him. I feel like when he see how credit works, he gonna ball out and then be looking crazy at the end of the month like, mine, how I'm supposed to pay this? Be like, dude. Okay, so anyway, the your credit score does matter, and it's never too late to do better. Listen, on the road to 50 and over, it's still never too late to do better physically, mentally, spiritually, and financially. All right, so let's scroll over here. I want to add this to my drinks and journal because I watch a lot of YouTube. Like, you guys, the more that I create content on YouTube, the more YouTube I watch. I like to watch to see what works for some people, what does not work for some people. I feel like my Wi-Fi signal is spotty, so I'm hoping that I still am not. Okay, I can see me again. So I'm looking to see, like what I like about certain channels, what I don't like about certain channels. And then in the midst of all of that, I kind of, I get stuck on some channels. I don't really watch TV at all. So my why about why I want to add weekly Rex and why I spelled it that way is because I do watch YouTube and I don't really watch or care about television. So the more I create, the more I watch. I found some of my favorite content creators through the drama, the wreckage of a situation that happened in June with a channel called All About the Tea. That led me to various content creators who led me to other content creators. And I'm not going to talk about all of the spaces and places I've subscribed and unsubscribed to because it's a lot. You could like a content creator for a minute and then be like, what you say? Who you talking to? Like, girl, boy, stop it. So some of the ones that I've landed on probably in the last 2 to 3 weeks that I've consistently be like, okay, you got good content. Like you got good content are the lead attorney. I got to the lead attorney because of some drama with the All About a Tea. One of the panelists went on his show. Then he did something about Tasha K, and then it was on and popping from there. So the lead attorney is one of my favorite channels. His link, all of the links to my 3 faves are in the description. Another recommendation from the wreckage of navigating the YouTube street is Sinful the P. Listen, right now today, Sinful the P is winning hands down as my absolute favorite content creator. If you are very, very holier than thou and you are sensitive, you might not want to tune into Sinful the P. However, if you are holier than thou and you recognize a good word and you recognize that that word is actually game, Sinful the P is who you need to listen to. He talks about us squares. I'm square-ish. But he gives a lot of instruction and information about the game of life. Sinful the P part is for pimping. He gives a lot of it through the lens of pimping. So just beware, buyers beware. If you click on the channel, listen at your own risk. But he was on at 4:00 this morning and your girl was tuned in and I was typing in the chat because listen, Linda, he is the truth. He's the truth. All right. And then one of my other favorites that I found from, navigating the space is Saki Speaks. Her link is also in the channel. A lot of YouTubers will, put their Cash Apps and their PayPals and all of that. I don't typically give to those or sign up for Patreons, but there are 2 YouTubers who I sent, nothing to scream and holler about, but I have sent them Cash Apps. Saki Speaks is one and Simple the P is the other. Listen, Simple be preaching. He knows the Bible forwards and backwards and everything in between. I want to say that I probably don't. The Wi-Fi signal showing in StreamYard is really low. So if I sound terrible, that is why. And I'm just going to try to draw this out until the signal strengthens because sound matters. Hearing matters. And I think StreamYard just uses a lot of resources. And I don't know how to fix it if you're on Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi. Okay, it just got better, you guys. All right, let's go to the next slide. So those are my top 3 for this week. The lead attorney, Sinful the P, and Saki Speaks. All right. New playlist. New to my playlist on YouTube is The Road to 50. I will be doing various short videos. I will be doing various updates about some of the things that I'm doing on my journey because last Saturday I lied. Girl, you lied. Yes, I lied. I told y'all I wasn't going to use the Lose It app no more. And, I still feel the same way about the BMI chart. But the Lose It app in all of my 50-ish years, 40-ish plus years of living, the Lose It app is the only thing that has worked for me to lose weight. So I'm out here setting goals. I will crush every goal that I set, period, point blank. There is no other way to do this. And why, I will tell y'all in a minute. I'm going to blame all of this on Teddy Grams. All of this is because of Teddy Grams. Listen, I need a little bit of water I'm going to tell y'all my Teddy Grams story from this week. All right, so there's a new playlist, The Road to 50. I added a short to it this morning because I usually don't work out on Saturdays and Sundays, but I did an hour bike ride before I came to do my drinking journal. All right, next up is how Lose It looks. I took some screenshots of what my Lose It program actually looks like. I clock every single thing that I put into my body. I log it on the Lose It app. The Lose It app is no strings attached. It is a free app that you can use to monitor and to be disciplined about your behavior. One of the things that we like to avoid is accountability. You see me too. I just want to eat what I want to eat, and I don't want nobody to tell me what I can't eat. But listen, when you start being real with yourself, you will see that the things that you are putting in your body, those calories add up quicker than you think. It's kind of like swiping a debit card, swiping your credit card. Let's say credit, not debit. It's like swiping your credit card. At the end of the month, you have overspent and you can't pay that bill off. It's the same thing with your calories. At the end of the day, you cannot overspend and expect to lose weight, to maintain weight. You have to be disciplined. You have to. So these are just a couple of screenshots. I'm going to share my actual app so you guys can see what I did today. This is just my total from this week versus the previous 28 days, since I didn't start relogging my calories until about Wednesday of this week. My history isn't very good. I've been on the app since 2011. I went back to the app in 2017, 18, and then I quit the app because I was sick of the app telling me what I could and couldn't do. But now I need the app. You feel attacked, Sunday? Listen, that's the only way to grow. The only way to grow is to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, that's just the reality. We want to grow and be like, oh, but I want. There is a price to pay for wanting and allowing yourself to do. You have to be disciplined on all levels, especially what you put in your body. I know, right? I was attacked. Let me tell you how the Teddy Grahams attacked me. I'm about to tell the Teddy Graham story. It took Teddy Grahams for me to get my life right, y'all. All last week, I was like, I'm not doing Lose It. I'm not doing Lose It. I don't need Lose It. I'm not, listen, I'm going to be thick. I'm going to be what I'm going to be. And then the Teddy Grahams. The Teddy Grahams won. The Teddy Grahams won. So I went back on October the 20th. You can see here that this morning I weighed in. I'm down 3.6 pounds since October the 20th. It's real. It's real. But I don't really count this part only because the Teddy Grahams attacking me was like not real weight, right? Like that's just some intermediate fluctuation rate. So technically today I'm back at where I was when I started talking last week. I'm back at like 157. You can see it on here. This is from yesterday. I'm actually down more. I'll show you guys. I took these screenshots last night when I set up my presentation. So I am down a little bit more from this morning. So I'm probably down about 4 pounds since last night. All right. So this also is just another part from the Lose It app that shows you what you did. And like, you can't lie. You can lie to the app. You can put in some misleading, falsified information. Hey, Foxy, I see you. I see you. Some misleading, falsified information to make you feel good and to make the app numbers look different. But baby, when you get on the scale, it's going to show you that that's not what you really did. The accountability piece is the scale will move. If the scale ain't moving, you lying to yourself and to what you putting into the app. So I'm going to, before I tell you the Teddy Graham story, I'm going to show you my Lose It app. This is the live app, not screenshots. So today, my total budget of calories for the day is 1,563. It was probably that yesterday too. But today, the weekend, my weekend calories are more. I changed something in the app so that I would have less calories to use Monday or Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and more calories on Friday and Saturday because I didn't plan to work out on Saturday and Sunday. But we are here, and yeah, I'm going to work out on Saturday and Sunday. I have no reason not to. So this is just showing you that so far today, Saturday, October the 23rd, I have consumed 1,079 calories. However, I worked out for an hour. So 450 of those calories get added back. So right now, my total calories, I'm at 629. And I actually haven't eaten all of this today. This is only like this because I've already planned out my dinner for the day. So my breakfast, I had coffee and an apple. I had some popcorn for lunch. Be careful about recording your correct calories because sometimes you can scan your foods and it will go in as one serving. Make sure you have your total servings. And then I've already logged in my dinner for the day, some salmon and a salad. That's going to be it. If I choose to add more, I still have 934 calories to work with today. So that's what the live app actually looks like. And then it will show you that my goals are to reach, it's coming up a little slow. So from the day that the honey gram bears, the bears attacked me, I'm down 4.6 pounds, but I'm just right, kind of like at where I was at last week. So I'm at 157.4. My goal is to get to 135 according to this app. My calorie budget is 1514, and I will be at goal by March 29th if I do this thing properly. March 29th, I will be at 135 pounds. Watch a girl. Just watch a girl work. Watch me work. It's about to happen. I'm already showing you. I'm down 4.6 pounds. It's going down. It's going down. And then I'm going to have a photo shoot because I've already planned my photo shoot. Shout out to Dewana, who's going to get me together, get my looks together. Because, you know, I had a good one at 40. We're going to have a better one at 50. And then I'm heading out of town because I'm not paying for a party for y'all this year. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. All right. You got to log, Foxy, you got to log everything. If you chew a piece of gum, log it. If you eat popcorn, log it. If you eat a piece of candy, log it. You will see how quickly that stuff adds up. It adds up. Those little bitty calories add up. All right, let's go back to the presentation. So that's just the live app from the computer. I use my phone app more than anything because that is in my hand. So when I'm eating, I can track it. And I always, just like I put my dinner in early today, it helps, especially like if you know you have an event later that evening, if you know you want to go on a date, if you know you want to have a drink, put that stuff in early in the morning so you can be realistic with yourself about what can I actually eat for breakfast, because I might not be able to eat that much if I know I'm about to get down for dinner. I got a date tonight, right? Like, be mindful. All right, you guys, I'm about to tell y'all about the Teddy Grams. So last week, I was not about plan A, plan B, probably plan C. I wasn't going to lose it. I was just going to, you know, do my best. And I was going to get to whatever weight I was going to get to until I was like, girl, this is not the answer. I went and took my mama to a couple of grocery stores and appointments this week, Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday, yeah. And so we stopped at Kroger's, and she got some chickens, and then I got me a box of Teddy Grams. Y'all, I opened them Teddy Grams while I was sitting in the car. And I ate almost the whole box, literally, just driving and snacking, mindlessly driving and snacking. I have about this much left, and I refuse to eat the rest of them. I refuse to throw them away too, because I'm going to be disciplined and eat like 5 of them one day, but not today. I'm not ready yet. So they are the devil. I ate almost the whole box of Teddy Grams. The next day, I got on a scale and my feelings was hurt. Literally. I hurt my own feelings. So Sunday, when you said you were feeling attacked, I felt attacked. And I felt attacked by myself. Like, girl, why did you do this to yourself? You knew better than to eat that whole box of Teddy Grahams. You knew better. You trying to be 50 and cute, 50 and fine, 50 and fabulous, 50 and freaking awesome. And you over here eating a whole box of Teddy Grahams. That is not of the will of the Lord. Girl, you can't do that. So yes, I woke up, I got on the scale that morning and I hurt my feelings. So I had to get my mind right. And I was like, what you gonna do? I literally, immediately, I reopened my Lose It app. I signed up for the premium edition. I'm gonna tell you what made me sign up for premium. It's only $30. Do it from your phone. Don't do it from the computer. It costs more on the computer for some reason. But what made me do the premium is because you can load your DNA results. One of my drinks and journals, I still haven't given you guys the DNA story. I will turn that into a drinking journal for sure. So one of the features of Lose It is that it's new because it wasn't there when I lost weight before. You can upload your DNA. Your DNA can tell you if you know what foods are good for you, what foods are bad for you, if you have, what your metabolism is. I uploaded my DNA and guess what it said, y'all? It said, girl, you be eating too many calories. It said, girl, it ain't your DNA. It's you. It's you. Stop. Stop eating so many calories. That's all it said. Yes, Sunday. It's mindless. One of my good friends is selling popcorn right now. That what is it? What's that popcorn they sell? It's the fundraiser. I should know. Double good popcorn. She hit me up. She was like, "You want some?" I was like, "Absolutely not. That is the devil. Absolutely not. I will not. I'm sorry. I can support the baby on other fundraisers. I just can't do double good because I will eat it all." All right. So I showed you guys a little bit about what the Lose It app looks like. I showed you that pre-planning actually works. Plan out your meals in advance. Well, hello, Snuggle668. How are you? Welcome to my little channel. So today I showed you guys this earlier. I'm at 157.4. The goal is to get to 135. This will be adjusted. Every time I lose weight, the plan will adjust and I will have less and less and less calories that I'm able to intake. And my level up goals for this season of my life as I move into 50 is to, thank you, Snuggles. I appreciate that compliment. And I'm glad you find this interesting. My level up goals, because I've lost 30 pounds before, is to keep it off. Right. So I'm not just trying to lose the weight as I turn 50. I'm trying to maintain the weight loss. And that is a bigger and a harder goal. All right. So let's keep moving on. And let's talk about what we came here to talk about today. So now you guys understand what's happening on my moving in the 50 space on YouTube. Credit, and credit. Let me tell y'all what my mama taught me. My mama taught me to pay my bills, to maintain good credit, and to be responsible. My daddy taught me to live. Daddy, hey daddy. My daddy, YOLO. You only live once. And he shows me every day why I'm so easily distracted. It comes from his side. My daddy is easily distracted. I am his daughter. I am easily distracted. So I have both of that information growing up inside of me. I am able to be disciplined. I'm able to understand what I'm supposed to do with credit, but I do get distracted easily. And I do like to do what I want to do. Flat out, period. All right. So I can understand this is my last line on here. I can understand the assignments in life, but I just don't always get it right. I don't ever give up though. And that's really important, you guys. You can't take failure, you can't take defeat as the end. Every day you wake up and you get a new breath to breathe, you get to move through the universe. It is your job, it is your responsibility to do better. A couple of detours that I personally I'm gonna wait a second. Okay, the signal got a little stronger. A couple of the detours that I've experienced personally in my life is that I allowed somebody else to use my credit when I was younger and dumber. I took out student loans. I got divorced 3 times. I tried before the divorce was final. I filed bankruptcy. I've used my personal credit for a business, and COVID-19 definitely was a huge detour. So some of the things about the detours are the bouncing back from those detours. Yes, I allowed somebody else to use my credit. I had to pay it off flat out. There's no way around it. I had to pay it off. Oh, wait, Snuggle says, what did you have here, Snuggles? I would like to do a one-on-one with a young man called Savings Minus Debt. It would be interesting to see the conversation between you two. And what do you know about business credit can tell you? Oh, absolutely, Snuggles. I'll put my email is in my description. And I have another banner that, let me put this other banner up too for you guys. I don't know if this banner it doesn't, but it has some other information about my body product, my body business. But yeah, my email is organizedkeihaus@gmail.com. All right, let me make it so I can see the comments again, and let's finish up. So, yeah, I allow somebody else to use my credit. I had to pay it off. That the creditors don't care. The credit reporting agencies absolutely don't care. It's yours as far as they're concerned. So I had to pay it off, and I learned to never ever. My mother told me not to do it. I did it anyway. Never ever, ever, ever allow somebody to use your credit. I also took out student loans. I am a first generation college graduate. I didn't know, my mom didn't know when I went to school that I should not have taken out student loans. And not only did I take out student loans for my undergraduate degree, I took them out for my master's degree 2 times, and I took them out for the work that I did on my doctorate degree. You guys, the best advice I gave my daughter was to find a college that was reasonably priced, that she needed to get scholarships, and that she absolutely was not going to take out student loans. So yes, I am paying out of pocket for some of my daughter's college, but I do not want her to be saddled with the type of debt that I currently have. And I'm not going to even say that. I was about to say something slick. I'm like, the federal government could be watching. I don't need them all up in my business, but yeah, it is what it is. That's called income-based repayment. That's what we do over here. Income-based repayment, you guys. All right, divorce. I got divorced, but I didn't get divorced on the first try because he didn't want to get divorced. I didn't get divorced on the second try. Mind you, when I say try, I'm talking about paying a deposit. I paid a deposit to a divorce attorney, not once, not twice. I paid, not my community bank account with my ex-husband. I paid 3 times before I finally got divorced. And let me tell y'all the kicker. The first 2 times I paid for the divorce, it was through an attorney that my ex-husband got cool with. That is why that divorce did not go through. On the third attempt, I had to find one of my older female, I can't call her a friend, she's a mentor. I had to talk to her like, look, real talk. I got to end this. And he keeps playing, Olympics with getting this divorce. I need a new attorney because I just didn't feel good about the attorney that I had. I knew it someone right. Listen, she gave me this old white man attorney. My ex-husband hated him. He was not about the business. It was like, hey, she want out of this, get her out of this, and let's move on. But I did have to pay 3 times. Also, I filed bankruptcy after the divorce. My husband had a truck that was in my name. We had a house that was in my name, and I knew he didn't care. So I will give him props for paying for the bankruptcy, a whole $1,200, but the bankruptcy was mine. It was mine on my credit, and it made my credit go zoop straight down. Another thing, Oh, but I bounced back. Your girl bounces back. I've bounced back now 3 times. 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Personal credit, using it for business. I have owned a business. Well, I always keep an LLC. Listen, y'all, always keep an LLC. Always find some way to write things off. I have a couple of LLCs, but my dance studio business were my biggest businesses. And I reignited a dance studio because my daughter needed me in her final years of schooling. So I reopened the dance studio. I used my personal good credit by now because I had bounced back from that bankruptcy to secure the studio, to secure loans and additional credit cards. Well, COVID hit and boop, what you gonna do? I gotta pay them back. It's still my debt. So I did get a PPP loan. It was fully excused, and because I had a legit business. And then the SBA was also providing loans. So I did secure a very low interest SBA loan to help me pay off some of that debt. And I have recently been consolidating a lot. Would it be wise for me to get an LLC to put my land in? I don't know a lot about land, Snuggle 668. That I don't know about. I do believe that everybody, every grown up should have an LLC. You can get an LLC for anything. You can get an LLC. I need to create one for my YouTube channel right now. But I do have a couple of them that I use. I have a body butter business that I use for my LLC. So you should, there's lots of ways to work a LLC, but I don't want to give advice about land because I don't know anything about land. All right, you guys. Moving on, I think. All right, FICO scores are super duper duper important. If you are in the 300 to 500, 600-ish range, it is not good. It's not a good look. You always want to be somewhere at 700 or above for your FICO score. If you got that hot 850, I think it goes up to 900. This is just a quick graphic that I pulled earlier. That's where you want to be. So when you file a bankruptcy, I filed the bankruptcy to get all of my debt paid off. I think that one is chapter 7 or 13. I think 7 is the one I filed, where you get rid of all your debt except student loans. You cannot get your student loan debt disappeared with bankruptcy. Snuggles is asking a good question here. Let me see. Let me put it on the screen. What would people get an LLC for that they use in their daily lives that it can help them, if you don't mind me asking? It depends on what you do in your daily life. Some people have YouTube channels. You can create an LLC for that. Some people cook and bake and sell dinners. You can get an LLC for that if you want to be legit. If you don't want to be legit and you don't want to do things above board, then you don't need an LLC. But if you are doing anything where you are exchanging dollars for a service, you should get an LLC. Another question that Snuggles has: when you look up your credit score, what it says that you owe on your credit score at this very moment? I don't understand that question, Snuggles. I can tell you about my credit score and some of the things that are slowing or hurting me. My student loan is actually not hurting me on my credit score. It's just a bill that it just exists. The things that hurt me personally on my credit score is that I have a lot of credit. I have a lot of credit. So the credit companies give me credit, but I have so much of it. What I've done recently to get it higher is that you have to pay those credit cards off and not use them. That will absolutely help your credit. If all of your credit cards are maxed out and you've overextended and all you're paying is the monthly payments, it will lower your credit score. It's nothing wrong with having a lot of credit as long as you don't use all of your credit. You asked another question over here, Snuggles. Can you put your house in an LLC? That I don't know. I don't own my house. My house is owned by a family member. So I don't have to deal with all of that. So I'm not sure. And again, I don't know anything about land or home ownership in general. All right. I do know about using credit cards, and I do know about filing bankruptcy, and I do know about letting people use your credit. I can tell you all about that. All right, so just a couple of summarizations from this graphic is that each credit agency reports a score. You need to know your score from all three agencies. Knowing the score from one is not enough. You need to know them from all three because different companies pull from each of the different agencies. Another thing is that most credit cards will show you your score now. That's not something that existed when I was younger, but a lot of our credit cards that we use, they have it built in so that every month they update your credit score. So if you have any type of credit card, very likely you are able to see your actual credit score right now today. And then finally, you can always pull a free credit report once a year from all three agencies at one time from annualcreditreport.com. Once a year, you can go to annualcreditreport.com and pull your credit report from all three agencies in one space. All right, next up. Losses and wins. Losses and wins. Leasing vehicles has been a downfall for me. I do like new cars. It has been a problem. Just keeping it real. Leasing cars is of the devil for me now. It wasn't always. So I have no judgment for people that still lease cars. But right now, today, I am no longer allowed to lease a vehicle. I can get a loan, a low interest loan to purchase a vehicle. So my losses turned into a win this year. I got a used car. I got a loan through my prior leasing company, which was Ally. And then I went to Michigan State Federal Credit Union and I refinanced it for less than 3%. The percentage from Ally Financial was about 9%. So Ally allowed me to get the car, and in less than 30 days, I refinanced all of it, and I got my APR down to 3%, under 3%. It's like 2.74% with Michigan State Financial Credit Union. I am a fan of credit unions. I am not a fan of banks, definitely. So that's my first flip that I'm talking about when I say lowering your APR and what I did. So that's my first flipping my APR and getting it lower. And then the second flip that I recently did was paid off my credit cards. How did I pay off my credit cards? I secured a loan through I work in education. So one of our union backed loan partners, I guess I could say, was offering a loan, a consolidation loan. So I secured a consolidation loan. Now, this APR that I'm about to throw out to you, it's not the best APR in the world, but the amount of consolidation that I did is the reason that it's not the best APR in the world. And APRs on cars, and if you don't know what APR is, I definitely should have said that, annual percentage rate. The APR on cars, a car loan is always going to be better than an APR on your debt or your personal debt. So I consolidated all of my credit card loan into one loan, and it was about 15.99%. And then I went through Michigan State Credit Union and I had them pay that off, and I refinanced with them for 14.99%. So I saved 1 percentage point on my APR with my refinance through my credit union that I used to get the car. Snuggles is asking a question. What's the difference between a bank and the credit union? For me personally, the banks are higher. They charge higher fees. Their bar to secure loans are higher. I've just had a lot more success with credit unions since my early 20s. And again, I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm moving into 50. Since my early 20s, like after college, I understood I needed a credit union to be able to get lower interest rates, to get lower percentage rates for credit cards. The credit unions have just always been better for me. And the fees are not as bad. Banks, they just have lots of fees. right? Like, I understand the goofball fees. You can't be up in there bouncing checks and doing all goofy kind of things, but their fees for bank services were just higher, even in my 20s, than credit unions. Is it the same today? I don't know, because I don't mess with banks. If you have no credit of any kind, what would your credit score look like? Trash. Unless if you don't have any credit and you're young, it's different. If you don't have any credit and you're older, that's problematic because they are looking at you like what you've been doing your whole life. So one of the things that I did for my daughter before she turned 18, and I just did it for my son, is I added them to my credit cards, but they absolutely do not have use of those credit cards. So that's just something that I learned, and I wish my mom would have did it for me. She taught me a lot, but she just didn't know that part, right? So I added my daughter to my credit cards, to about 2 or 3 of them that I didn't use, that were paid off. So her score was growing from the time she was 16 until she turned 18. When she turned 18, I brought her upstairs. This is my upstairs space. I set her at my computer. I pulled her credit report for her. I showed her what her scores looked like. I showed her what credit, we talked about it. She was able to then apply for a Discover credit card, and discovered, because she's a college student, they took that into consideration. And they also took into consideration that you don't have credit, and they probably wouldn't have given her a card if she didn't have credit, but she had a good credit score without having credit because I had added her to my cards. So her credit was actually better than mine, but she just had no credit. So, you know, half empty, half full. All right. So, those are the 2 flips that I did this year, just to consolidate and to just, do better. And why did I do that? Why am I doing this? Well, because I'm moving into 50. Like, I can't keep doing goofy things. I need to be responsible. And my mother's getting older. My mom lives next door to me, and it's time for me to upgrade my mom. So when my son is out of my house in 2 years, and when my credit is back to banging in 2 years, like for real banging. It's back, it's good now. But when it's like banging in 2 years, I'm moving. I'm getting my mom a dream house. I want her to have somewhere where she can see views. So that's my short, long-term thinking about why I'm making these moves of lowering APRs and consolidating debt. I can't fix the debt that I have, but I can do better. Every day I wake up, every single day I wake up, I can do better. All right. Deferred interest payments on credit cards, you guys. This is huge. If you are using any type of card that offers deferred payments, you must, I repeat, you must pay it off within the amount of time that they give you for that deferred payment. If not, all of the interest from the time of your purchase until sometimes it's 6 months, 12 months, it will hit immediately. So if you made a purchase of thousands of dollars and they gave you 6 months to pay it off, and you don't pay it off in 6 months, whatever that initial amount you charged was, and all of the interest that has accrued over those 6 months, it automatically gets billed on that 6-month cycle. And for every month thereafter that you don't pay it, the interest will continue to accrue. So be really careful about deferred interest credit cards, because you have to pay them off. Even with PayPal will extend you a line of credit. It's typically for 6 months. If you're making some type of big purchase, pay it off. Pay it off in 6 months. Pay it off. Life insurance matters. I'm sure my mom has a policy. I got my kids' policies. Most parents will get a policy on their children at birth. That is typically a whole life policy. Sometimes it's somewhere for us, average people, not super rich, not poor, somewhere between a $25,000 to $50,000 policy we will get for our children. Some people maybe a $10,000. All of those are good policies to get on children, and they come in really low, couple dollars a month. And then when the kids turn, I think it's 21. I don't think it's 18. I think it's either 21 or 25. It converts to a policy for them. So make sure, that's first word of advice. Get your children whole life policies. Get them a policy at birth. It's less expensive. As you get older, if you don't have life insurance, GoFundMe is not a life insurance policy. Please secure a life insurance policy. If all you can get is a term policy, get it. However, a term policy is just like leasing a vehicle. It is not yours. It is a short-term policy, maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 15 or 20. But after that time, all of the money that you've paid into that policy, it goes bye-bye. It's gone. And you need a new policy. And because you've gotten older, your policy is going to cost more. Every year, your policy will cost you more. That's why I say get the baby's policies as soon as they're born. So one of the things that I did recently is I'm turning, because I need to talk to my agent tomorrow. I'm turning a term. I have a really big term policy. I'm changing that and switching it into a whole life policy. Also, remember this, you guys. I talked about it last week in my drinking journal. If you want a super premium, which is a lower premium, and they have to do an evaluation of you, and they will make you stand on a scale, that matters. If you want a super premium policy, you can get it, but your BMI has to be what they use on the BMI chart. So it is what it is. They use that BMI chart to create a super premium policy. All right. PIF is paid in full. Paid in full. Only charge what you can pay at the end of each billing cycle. Those little charges, just like those little snacks, I know y'all saw that lesson correlate from the beginning. They add up. Credit card charges add up. And also avoid high interest credit cards. Oh, I'm going to show y'all. Well, I'm not going to show y'all my cards. Girl, this is public TV. But I'm going to tell you guys, I have a couple of cards that I put in the do not use. These are my do not use cards. These are credit cards that I still have that are open. They look good because I have the credit, but I am not allowed to use these cards. And on the front of the cards, I remind myself, if I look at them, why I'm not allowed to use them. One of them is a 29.99% APR. Girl, absolutely not. That is not what we do. Another one is a 22.9% APR. Another one is 18.99 APR. These cards can only be used if you need to pay off, if you can pay off, not need to, if you can pay them off at the end of the month. Don't tempt yourself with these types of cards. 18.74%. Why did I get these cards then? If you already know all of this, I got them because I had reignited my dance studio, my dance business, and I needed the credit. And so this is what I did. So now that I have consolidated, I will not use these cards again. I'm not going to say ever. Never and ever are not words that I try to say, but I can't use those cards. So avoid them. All right, next up is, that's it. That's it, y'all. Is that it? That's it for the day. Let me show y'all one more thing before I go, though, because, this is my favorite thing right now of the day. And I'm learning how to be fancy on my channel. Watch. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm finally unmuted. I couldn't unmute for a minute, you guys. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. I hope you learned a little bit today. I hope I didn't go too deep. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe to my channel. I am trying to get to 100. I'm not at 100 yet. I am over 50 though. Ooh, bars. I'm over 50. Well, not yet, but I'm over 50 on my subscriptions. So please subscribe, please like, and thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you more than you know. And I look forward to seeing you here, same time next week. Bye, guys.